up, Blueprint Sessions family?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you might be listening from. I just want to say you
And
love you and
whatever
appreciate
time
you.
you're listening.
Yeah, whatever time it might be, you know what I mean? It's Blueprint Sessions. We at it again. Episode 17.
Wow, he actually
I
remembered.
remember this time. We're about to hit that 20, we're about to hit that 30. You know what I
Hey,
mean?
man,
So
big numbers.
I'm excited. We're already like halfway through to 30. So you know, we passed 50%.
We passed
Yeah,
50%.
yeah.
Man.
So I'm happy.
Yeah, man, it's another week. We're at it
Bro.
again, and it's a great time to be
Dude.
doing these sessions, bro.
Dude,
There's so much content right
So
now.
many things are happening. It's crazy.
Dude, I'm actually happy.
like
at the moment.
it's crazy, bro. Like I don't even know what to say. Like so many things are happening, and the thing is, we can't even speak about every single thing because
Dude.
then the podcast would drag for like a
Forever.
long time. Exactly.
People are already saying, yeah, it's
that
freaking long
exactly
already.
that we're speaking for like an hour and 30 minutes, and
No.
it's like, but it's just like how the conversations flow and how conversations go.
It's
you know
not
what I
that
mean?
we plan this. It just happens that we speak for. By the time we realize, we're like,
It's
okay,
like.
we need to end this. We've been babbling for too long.
Do you remember the first time we had
Yo, that was long. The
No,
first
we
one
had-
was my favorite.
we had what's this thing there? We had a time or whatever. Or,
Yeah.
what is that?
For how long did we have it? For 30 minutes.
We had it for, was it 30 minutes or an hour?
The first episode, we set a timer for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then,
And then we went
that 30
over.
minutes went, and it felt like 10 minutes. Like,
Yo,
wow.
yo,
We're like, nah,
yeah.
another 30. Then when it hit that hour bench, we're like, nah, we're still not done. We just leave the clock, man.
Yeah, I know.
And-
But man, I'm excited for today again. Like the things we're speaking about. Looks,
Dude.
I don't even know where to begin.
KOD.
We starting there.
Let's start
Let's
fire.
start there.
Let's start with fire.
Listen, if we're gonna speak about this album, like I told you, I want us to break it down.
I'm listening.
Like I want us to go through every song and break it down. Like not necessarily having like, obviously, because I mean that'll make
okay.
everything like way longer.
Yeah.
You know, but
We'll
like
just
just to
approach
like
the
at least
important
highlight,
songs.
yeah, like highlight some of these songs, but some of them, because this album has a strong message.
Very strong message.
Strong.
A message that I've been saying,
Message.
but nobody wanted to
Oh
listen to me.
my.
Until Cole decided to make an album about it. Now we want to listen to it.
Yo.
Okay, I'm just glad y'all are finally getting the message. Okay.
Wait, before we go into the actual album and whatnot, right? Let's just start with the numbers that J. Cole is doing, because already he's
okay.
breaking records. Now, this is the crazy thing about J. Cole, which I
Yeah.
don't understand, right? He releases an album, and then he almost like fades away. Like you don't hear about him for a year, 2 years,
I respect.
you know what I mean, 3 years, and then he'll come back.
He's
and
not
he'll-
in people's eyes.
and he'll change the game. Everybody will be like, whoa, he'll move numbers. It's like he's fans, bro. That's the
Exactly.
one thing about J. Cole. He's
Loyal fans.
Loyal, bro.
Yeah.
Loyal. So his fan base is solid. Like his fan base is really solid because he announced his album 4 days prior to the release.
Yeah.
Like he just posts on Twitter, yo, if
We're releasing on Friday.
yeah,
Boom.
I'm releasing on Friday. Oh wait, first before he even does that, he first posts on Twitter. He just says, "Meet me at this place. I'm gonna be at that place at this time."
Oh, to have a listening
And
party,
let-
but he didn't
he
tell
didn't
people.
tell them that it's gonna be a listening session.
That
He
is
said, "Meet me
great.
at this place." Whatever. People lined up, bro, like a whole
Packed, man.
packed.
Just to have a listening party.
They didn't even know what they're coming there for, and already they arrived there, and
Sometimes it sucks being in South Africa.
dude, it's
I wish I was at
crazy.
that listening party.
It's crazy, bro. Like the amount of fans this guy, number one, that he has, and the loyalty that they have towards him and his music. That's
Yeah.
crazy. But the one thing that I kind of feel like is a negative in regards to that is that with J. Cole fans, they're not willing to critique J. Cole. They're not willing to admit when J. Cole has kind of flopped in terms
Okay,
in terms
whoa.
of album or sound or whatever. They're not with
No.
that's-
If we're gonna
that's-
say
and
that,
that's with anybody in actual fact.
thank you.
Yes, that's
Thank
with
you. I'm
anybody.
glad you're gonna say that.
Honestly,
Because
that's with
a lot of
Jay-Z
Drake fans don't-
Drake fans, or everybody.
whoa.
Jay-Z,
No.
everyone, bro.
Not everyone.
Moon.
Not everyone.
Everybody.
It's only these new school guys that don't criticize. Old school guys actually get criticized. Jay-Z got criticized. Eminem got criticized.
Yeah.
Because back in the days, you used to get criticized. Even if your album was great, If you had one or two songs that were, people will criticize you.
Okay.
And they still do that in terms of the old guys. But this new generation, people don't get criticized, man.
Yeah, this is so precisely my point. Okay, I don't know about the old guys or whatever, but precisely my point about this new generation is that. But J. Cole, I wouldn't really consider as a new generation and whatever. But
He is new generation. It's just
Not
that his mentality
necessarily-
is old school, but he
I mean,
is new
he's
generation.
1985, so he's what, 33 years old?
In terms of,
He's not really a millennial. He doesn't fall into this generation. He's not a millennial.
you're
'Cause he's
missing the
still-
point of new school. New school is a matter of sound
But
and
that's
the
what I'm saying,
time.
J. Cole is not really new school.
Kind of is, though.
Like J. Cole is
A
in the-
little bit.
J-
He's not like full-blown new school sound, but
J-
he does have elements
Would
of
you
new
consider
school.
Kendrick Lamar to be new school?
see-
Because you see what you're hesitating. Because the thing is, because
Kendrick is a
because J. Cole
difference.
came into the game before Kendrick Lamar
Yeah.
in regards to mainstream. He came
Yeah.
into the game before Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
he was
but-
he was dropping mixtapes before Kendrick.
But the difference between Kendrick and
Come on, like you can't take away from Cole,
the,
man.
the
Like,
difference.
the
No,
warm-up
I'm
story,
not. You see,
yeah, I mean,
then
the Friday
then-
Night Lights.
You see, you need to understand.
Come on, bruh.
Still,
No,
you
don't
need
do-
to understand.
don't do that.
Still,
The way you hesitated, though.
still,
Don't
still,
do that.
still,
Don't do
Whoa.
that, bro.
Let's track back to J. Cole's story. He made a song called "Let Nas Down," where basically he was saying
That was on the album Born Sinner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why he made that song, he admitted himself
Yes.
that he made music that he wasn't really proud of.
Yeah, and we've all acknowledged that and said, okay, cool. Then
Yeah.
stay in your lane.
Hence why I'm saying he has a bit of new school in him, because he felt back then. Now he's showing us he really doesn't care.
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
Yes,
Like,
no, no, no.
you can see.
Because
You can see.
his foot is down now, so he knows he ain't going nowhere.
But I think that song "Let Nas Down." I think it's in relation more to like the songs like "Boma Workout" featuring Missy Elliott, right? Like that song, like that. Like, you can tell that's not J. Cole. That's not who he is. But like with with songs like "Lost Ones," right?
Yeah,
with
that's Cole.
With Daddy's Girl, songs like "Sideline Story," with songs like what's this, "Dollar in a Dream." Like those songs are J.
Lights,
Cole.
Please.
Lights,
Oh,
even
my
Lights
word.
Please. I don't really feel like it's
What?
J. Cole.
Lights Please is J. Cole. man.
Featuring Drake?
No, he's not featuring
No,
anyone.
no, that's
Lights,
that's,
Please,
oh
Lights,
no,
Please.
Lights Please. Yes,
Turn
yes,
off
yes,
the
yes,
lights.
yes. That's J. Cole.
That's
You see,
J. Cole.
That's
right
J.
there.
Cole.
J.
Like,
Cole is still fired.
bro, like all of those songs there, those are J. Cole. And for me, I miss hearing that type of J. Cole, because like this new J. Cole, I like his messages. His messages, he's still staying true to them. He's still staying true to himself.
But it's the same thing Jay-Z
the
did, though.
sound,
You
bro, like
had
the
to
sound is
You
just-
have to sacrifice something in order to get your message across.
I understand, but like like the
I'm
like,
just grateful that because I was concerned when I heard J. Cole's dropping an album. I actually thought, I'm probably not gonna like this album.
because we didn't like the previous album.
Okay,
For Your Eyes
For Your
Only.
Eyes Only actually had a lot of education. That's why people didn't like
But
it.
it didn't have any replay value, which was why no
Yeah.
one was listening to it again and again.
Yeah,
To be honest with you, it didn't get the
it
didn't get the hype that it
I think marketing-wise, it was terrible. Marketing.
it wasn't a good album, and that's why I'm saying
I wouldn't say it wasn't good.
bro, it wasn't a good album.
I wouldn't say it
That's
wasn't.
why I'm saying the message might have been there, but
Not good is a strong word.
it wasn't good. We have to be honest. That's why I'm saying J. Cole fans frustrate me, because this is the thing about J. Cole fans. They're
No,
not willing to admit.
I admit
they're
it
not
wasn't
willing
good
to
enough.
admit
No, it was good, but it wasn't good enough. That's the issue.
Whatever the case may be, that's initially what we're saying. We're saying the same thing.
No,
Initially.
we're not.
Initially.
We're not.
Initially.
We're not.
But
you just straight up hate the album.
like to this date, I haven't listened to the album
Precisely my point.
because I listened to like a couple of songs, False Prophets. I listened to another song, and I was just
But
like,
did you listen to the whole album?
I didn't listen to the whole album because
Listen
it
to the
just
whole
didn't-
album,
it did-
come back to
it
me.
didn't draw me, and I've heard reviews in regards to the album. It didn't engage me. That's the thing about it. Like the sound was just terrible. It was bad. Like it's like he's trying too much to be like Kendrick on that album.
Yeah.
It sounded like I haven't even listened to the whole thing. I just listened to a couple of songs. I'm like, okay, he's trying to be like Pimp Butterfly, to Pimp a Butterfly Kendrick.
But okay, to Pimp a Butterfly, that is a great album. Okay, let's not watered down Kendrick's album.
And that's cool.
That is a great
Also
album.
haven't
That's my
listened-
favorite
also haven't
Kendrick
listened to that
album,
album.
actually. That's my favorite
I
Kendrick
haven't
album.
listened to that album, to be honest with you, because I just don't necessarily enjoy that type of sound. But regardless of the sound, like if an album is not gonna have any replay value, at least Kendrick dropped. Even with that sound, he dropped hits.
Yeah.
Like I know about the song, "What's This Eye," right?
Yeah.
That song was a hit, and then there's another song, "We're Gonna Be Alright." You know what I mean?
Be alright.
We all know that song. I mean, those songs were hits, but he still stayed true to his sound or whatever. But with J. Cole on For Your Eyes Only, he didn't do that.
But on
to be
Damn,
honest with you.
Kendrick changed his sound too.
He switched up
He
his sound.
sounded more new school.
He sounded more commercial, yes. But I mean, I still rocked with the album.
Which
I listened to
I
the
actually
album.
didn't like it that
I
much.
listened to the album. It had replay value. I liked it.
Yeah, because it was more new school compared to his old work.
Yeah, I didn't like the old, although I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I did
See,
like
that's
the,
the
but I
issue
did
with
like
you
the,
and
but I
I.
did like the fact. I did like the fact. The reason why I can respect to Pimp a Butterfly is because I feel like he put in some effort to at least make it, even though it's his sound or that type of sound, he stayed true to himself. It's that Kendrick from Good Kid, Mad City, right? That Kendrick. Even to Pimp a Butterfly, he still remained true
That
to
was
that
actually
sound.
after.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm saying Good Kid, Mad City, you know what I mean, came first, right? And then To Pimp a Butterfly came after. He still remained true to himself, like in regards to the sound. He only switched up now with
Damn.
DAMN, yes.
I was disappointed by the sound.
But initially, what I'm saying is, like, I loved the fact, and why I can respect To Pimp a Butterfly, although I haven't listened to the whole album, is the
Yeah.
fact that he catered for almost everybody. And I didn't feel like J. Cole did that with For Your Eyes Only. I felt like
Yeah, he
I
didn't.
felt like he was really being really selfish. Like it's like an extreme. It's like you.
I think that's why he did this album, to correct the mistakes he did on that album.
Yes, and I feel like he worked on this album. I feel like
I
he did
did.
that. I feel like he really corrected it. I don't feel like he's got it perfect yet, but I feel like he's
pretty
correcting
close.
it. Yeah,
He's
it's
pretty
really
damn close.
it's much better. I listened to the whole thing. You know what I mean? I listened to the whole album, KOD. I listened to the whole album, but like what
This
I'm
album was like 444 the second.
Bro.
Yo, the education on
the
this album.
education on
flip.
it is
I'm
amazing.
actually putting it like on par with 444, man.
No, I wouldn't do that. 444 still for me. The
Like,
reason I'll tell you why I like
444 is more grown
It's more grown, and the sound
because he has more
caters for
experience
everybody.
and is more grown than
and the
J.
sound
Cole.
caters
J.
for
Cole?
almost everybody. J. Cole.
Okay, I wouldn't say for anybody because a lot of people,
No.
new school did not relate to Jay-Z.
But new school. But that's because new school is on this whole extreme of trap,
And they're against these old heads, man.
Yeah, they kind of are, but that's only because it's almost as if it's like in retaliation to the old heads being against them, because they feel like the old heads are against them.
No.
Initially.
The old heads are not against them. They are telling them,
But how they
you
see-
can do what you're doing, but at the end of the day, you still need to have an impact on the
Bro,
community.
even Jay-Z had to address the old heads on the thingy on 444. Even Jay-Z had to tell the old heads, like, don't act like Tupac didn't have a nose ring too. You know what I mean? Like, he had to tell them, because the old heads are hating on the young kids.
No, not
And the young kids
necessarily.
are feeling that, and they retaliated.
Nobody wins with the family.
Precisely.
That's what Jay-Z was trying to relate to the whole situation. It's because now the old heads are fighting the new school in terms of lyricism, not necessarily on having an impact. When Jay-Z is saying, you guys need to have an impact. Because if you look at Jay-Z from what is his first album? Reasonable Doubt. The education in that album, and then going to what's this thing? Life and Times. He was still educational. And then when he hit Blueprint, he started switching up a little
Blueprint
bit.
3 really switched up.
Okay, that was extreme. I'm talking like from
That was
Blueprint
really
1.
extreme.
You could tell he was starting to change his style.
But I
tending
liked
to change
Blueprint
his
3.
style, going up. Now, that's what Jay-Z's trying to say. He's saying you can have best of both worlds, but it's just a matter of not having to compromise too much.
And that's cool, but the new school don't want compromise at all. The new school want to stay
Nah, they
trapping.
just want to compromise.
They want to stay trapping
They just
And
want to compromise. They just want to talk about money. They want to talk about drugs. They want to start beef.
yeah, that's what I'm
Because
speaking about.
it's freaking ridiculous.
That's what I'm talking about. Like they don't. Well, you saying they are compromising. I'm saying they don't want to compromise their sound. They don't want to compromise the fact that
No.
they
we're not talking about sound. We're talking about
and
in terms
lyrics,
of what
obviously,
you're doing.
The fact that they're not being lyrics,
not
lyrical, or
necessarily
making an
lyrics.
impact
It's
or
more of a lifestyle,
building society.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're not doing anything.
They don't
for
want to do that.
society.
They're 17 years
Basically,
old, 16
just
years old.
they're
kids,
not
bro.
all 17. They're not
kids.
all 17. They're not all 17.
But they're young.
The Migos are
19.
grown ass men.
19. What were you doing at 19? What were you doing at 18?
The-
what, were,
the-
what were you
the-
doing at 17, 16?
What-
You're
what-
also wilding
What's
out.
this guy, Lil Yachty? We gave Lil Yachty like a free roam because now he's still a kid. The others, even Charlemagne said this. It's like, yeah, you're still a kid, you're still enjoying yourself, blah 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 blah. But even Joe Biden said the same thing. At the end of the day, you're gonna be a grown up. You're gonna have to grow up at some point. Right now, you can have your fun, but you're gonna have to grow up at some point. And that's what these new school all these guys with little something in their names. They're gonna
But
have
Lil
to
Wayne
grow up,
doesn't
but
want
they
to
don't
grow
want to
up.
hear it.
Lil Wayne don't want to grow up.
And look where is he now? Where is he now?
But he has had some music that's grown up,
Yeah.
like Lil Wayne. Let's give him that. He has had some music which is like, okay,
And
you know
this
what,
is why I
that's
always
real.
say
Like
the only time I respect-
songs like Mirror, you know, featuring Bruno Mars, Mirror on the Wall. Like that song is deep.
He was
bro.
going at himself.
You know what I mean?
and I
Exactly,
thought he was
yeah.
gonna grow up after that song, but yeah.
Yeah. So you know, he yeah. But I don't want to speak about
The
Lil
problem
Wayne.
is he's on drugs, man. That's the issue.
And
This generation is
that's
too much on
what
drugs.
J. Cole is addressing on this album.
Exactly.
Which is why I'm
Even the
loving
album,
this
yo,
album.
I love the album cover. It's so perfect,
Bro, it's so
perfect.
profound. It's so profound.
It's showing kids on drugs, lean, whatever.
Yo, like
these
almost
kids are
everything,
on.
almost every Percocet, all these things that like, are in fashion
beautiful,
right
man.
now, man. All these things are in fashion right now.
Nah,
And so,
Cole portrayed it beautifully.
Man.
Portrayed it beautifully.
so basically, let's speak about the fact that okay, KOD, né?
Yeah.
The abbreviation of KOD.
Mhm.
Okay, well, what do you think it means? Like, what do you think KOD means?
I honestly don't know.
So basically, I was like trying
Actually,
to find
didn't
out.
even think to
Yeah,
research
really.
it.
I was trying to find out. I'm like, what does KOD mean? And basically, it can be what is the word I'm looking for? Whatever. It can be abbreviated in 3 different ways.
Okay.
Okay, or something like that. So you correct me. I don't know the English, but it can be abbreviated as kids on drugs.
Okay.
Okay, so
Oh.
that's the first one. Kids on
That
drugs.
would make more sense.
And the thing is, he's speaking about a lot of things. Like he's not just speaking about just one particular type of drug. He's speaking about a lot of different
Types,
drugs.
yeah.
A lot of different types of drugs, right? And then the second one is King's Overdosed, which is why there's like he's like sitting there,
Yeah.
the king, and
Crown
then
and
crown
whatnot.
and King's Overdosed, and then the third abbreviation could be Kill Our Demons. So, you know, that's like the theme for the whole album. And another theme for the whole album is also Choose Wisely. Obviously, it's not in the abbreviation, but he mentions it a couple of times in the album. And even in one or two of his music videos that he's released, because he's released 2 music videos now
Yeah.
for the album. The one is ATM and the other is Kevin's Heart. Have you checked
Yeah.
both of them out?
Yeah.
You're deep, bro.
Dude, the message on both.
Bro.
Let's start with the first music video.
Yo.
Let's start with the first music video.
Yo.
The way he portrayed
Oh, my goodness.
ATM, it's him counting
Oh,
money,
my
and then
word.
the kids
because the
run
chorus
and
is
disrupt him.
count it up,
Cut it up, cut it up,
count
cut
it.
it.
Yeah. Can what's that thingy that he does there? Cut it up, count it. Can take it when you
What?
die, but
Yeah,
you can't
you
live
live
without
without
it.
it.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like
that
that's
jab.
how-
Yeah,
bro.
that jab.
Speak on it, man.
And then it goes into the music video where he is flying as the king. And then it goes into him in this room now where he's counting the money,
The money
and whatnot.
and it's like full of money. The room
a
is like full
lot
of money.
And then the kids break in the window and they start climbing in, and then he runs away and they're chasing the money and everything. But the part that really stood out for me is when he went to go and buy the car.
The car.
Like acting as
That was
where it cost him an arm and a leg,
like
literally.
bro. That is crazy,
Dude. I was like, yo,
the thinking process that goes into making these things. Like, that's the one thing I respect about J. Cole. Like, he's a thinker.
He's creative, man.
Like, dude,
guy's
like
creative,
the
bro.
guy's thinking process is crazy. Like he'll literally think it full circle. Like he'll think the whole thing through full circle.
But here's the amazing part that nobody actually noticed. That guy, when he bought the car for an arm and a leg, there's one thing that most people didn't notice. It wasn't actually him pushing himself to buy the car. It was actually the woman
girl,
next to him.
Yeah.
The girl was pushing him to buy that car.
And Nakona Futi, they buy the car for a greater purpose because they wanted to get the dollar, which is why they drive the car. When eventually they get the car after it cost him an arm and a leg.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because he put up the cash and it wasn't enough. And so he had to literally take off his arm and leg to buy the car. And then they said, okay, cool, we'll give you the car. Now, Kona Futi, like the guy who's selling them the car is like, okay, fine. Well, you know, you've taken out your arm and a leg. Like, he's not really convinced about giving him the car still, but he'll give him the car nonetheless. And they get the car. And then so the car, literally, is for a purpose. Which is the purpose is to chase the dollar.
Exactly.
In the air. Like literally, because they drive the car all the way up to the air to chase the dollar, only to find that in the air, they're also like these kids on drugs, sitting on drugs, also chasing the dollar. And eventually the car runs out of petrol or whatever, and they end up not getting the dollar. Car crashes, everything.
Crashes.
Bro,
you die.
like, dude.
Now everything that you've obtained is like, it's gone.
Oh, man.
You're the message.
Like, that's crazy. Like, you die chasing money. Like, you die chasing money. That's like literally like the message of ATM.
The message of it.
Like, you die chasing money. Because I was thinking about it, right? Like, this is another thing about this album is that it's kind of developing conversations.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And he even tweeted. He's like I appreciate the conversations taking place.
Yeah.
Like he tweeted on Twitter. He's like, I appreciate the conversations taking place. Like, that's all he tweeted. That's the only line he tweeted. Like, just appreciate the fact that you guys are conversating about this thing. You're talking about these things that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about it at home. I'm chilling. I'm thinking about. I'm like, whoa. Like, this is crazy. You die chasing money. Like, I wonder if the people, because we all hear about like some of these guys who are now billionaires. How, like, for instance, they told themselves, I want to be a millionaire at age.
Whatever.
At age 30.
Like I told myself, I'd be a millionaire by age 21.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for instance, I have this guy. Who was this guy? The guy that passed on, the creator of inventor of Apple Mac.
Steve Jobs.
Apple, yeah. Steve Jobs, right?
Yeah.
I watched one of his movies the one time, and he was saying he wants to be a millionaire by this age, and by that age, he was like more than a millionaire, bro. He achieved like beyond his wildest dreams, exactly. Right? And I'm thinking to myself, I wonder how many times these guys set up goals for themselves after they reach their target about, okay, now I want to reach 1 billion. Okay, now I want to reach 5 billion. And how they're always chasing the mark. And I've noticed this with like little things, right? I've noticed this about myself with little things. Like, for instance, Twitter followers, right?
Yeah.
Like, I've noticed, because I always had the goal, okay, at first it started off with, I came on Twitter and I had like, 0 followers.
Yeah.
When I started getting a couple of followers, then I was like, okay, I want to reach 100. And it took me a while to reach 100, bro. Like a while.
It's not easy getting followers on Twitter. It's easier on Instagram compared to Twitter. Twitter is very selfish.
It's crazy. It took me a while to get followers, 100, bro, on Twitter. And so after I reached 100, I was like, oh, I got you? I'm like, okay, I want to see if I can get 200.
Yeah.
And I got 200. Now, and the thing is, I'm always wanting to push the mark. I'm always wanting to get more and more. Now I'm sitting on 980 something followers, and I'm still wanting 1,000. Now I'm wanting 1,000. And now I'm thinking to myself, when does it stop? When does it end? Now I'm thinking,
It doesn't.
Exactly. And I'm thinking the same thing about money. How people are just not content. They just keep wanting more. They keep wanting more. They keep wanting more. And how you die. Literally, that's the message of ATM. You die chasing money. Like, that is crazy for me, man.
Like, perfect example, like Jay-Z has, 900 and something million And to him, it's still not enough.
He wants that Billy mark.
bro.
Yeah.
He wants that
No,
billion.
he wants it.
Diddy the same. Dre the same. These guys have a lot of money, man.
Bro, but they're
Have a
not
lot,
satisfied.
but
They
they're not
want
satisfied.
more.
And these guys are old, bro.
Yeah.
Like they have. Okay, Jay-Z has kids. Dre has kids. Diddy doesn't have. Oh, he does have kids. No, he does have kids. These guys have children, bro. But they don't seem to care.
Bro, like these guys, their money is literally making money for them now. Like they don't have to literally do anything anymore.
chase anything.
You know what I mean? They could
anymore.
literally decide, okay, now what I'm gonna do is just I'm gonna go chill on
Sit
an
down.
island
Yeah,
and
enjoy
relax for
time
the
with
rest of
my
my life
family,
until I
bro.
die. They don't have to do anything, but they keep wanting to
Pushing, bro.
push and keep wanting to work
Yeah.
because they're just chasing the dollar.
I don't know why money is so important in
Yo.
America, bro. I honestly don't know.
Oh my gosh, bro.
That's
Like,
actually sad.
it's crazy, man.
That's why I respect Cole so much, because it was the same thing that made Kanye West go mad. It was money, because he was borrowing money from Mark Zuckerberg and everyone. Because everyone thought Kanye West was broke. Kanye West is not broke. Even
Yeah,
Sway
nah.
tried to sit
He's-
him down
he's-
and
he's
tell
far
him,
from being broke.
dude, you freaking millionaire.
He's far from being broke.
You're crying about fighting these big corporate, these billion-dollar corporations, your Nikes and whatnot, and Louis Vuitton. Why? You can just start your own brand. Why do you have to chase these guys and fight with them? Because you're a brand yourself.
Yeah.
You don't need them. He's like, no, you need to understand these guys. No. He wants the same money they have. Because those guys are billionaires.
Precisely.
I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Bruh, like
Y'all have
it's
children.
It's crazy, man. Like I don't even like what's your stop goal? Like, do you have a mark where you're like, okay, if I reach this, then I'm stopping. And honestly speaking, right?
Yeah.
I also have this question. Like, before you give me the answer to like that
Yeah.
question, I honestly want to ask, and do you feel that once you reach that you'll stop for real? So
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've actually had this debate all week because everybody's like trying to push me to get married. So my reasoning with them was, I don't want to get married until I'm a millionaire. So, which is actually a great question what you're asking me.
Yeah.
Because now the reason why I say I want to be a millionaire when I get married is because when I have a child, I want to be able not to work at least that first year of my child being born.
okay.
I want to sit down and be there for every single
Yeah.
step of my child's first year
Yeah.
and be with my wife and whatnot. So the reason for that is because I don't want to miss anything. Because
Yeah.
the most precious time is the time when the child can't talk. Because when you can explain to your child, listen, daddy needs to go somewhere, it's better
Yeah. True.
compared to when your child can't talk. Because you can't explain to the child why you're not there. But
And they
you
can't-
feel
yeah,
it.
and they can't understand either. Like, even if you're
Exactly.
speaking to them, they can't understand you. I mean, because
And then you don't understand when your child has a bond more with the mother than you. You know?
true.
Because Charlemagne was actually saying this. His smallest child is a 2-year-old.
Okay.
He's like, that child wants nothing to do with it.
Oh
Like,
my
that child does not mess with him
goodness,
at all.
bro.
And because Charlemagne's always traveling, he's always
Oh,
busy, he's
my
always
word.
working. Because that guy has many jobs, man. So he's barely at home. So now the child is more attached to the mother. Like the
Oh,
child barely
man.
recognizes him.
That's not good,
So
bro.
these things like make me think you need to build a bond with your child, man. And the beauty which I respect about Jay-Z, but he does have his flaws too. But the reason why I respect him so much, he took time off when his twins were born. Because he was supposed to be on tour, but when his twins were born, he's like, I'm canceling all my tours. And
And he can
my
afford to
children
do
are born.
that.
And he can afford to do it.
Yeah.
And he stayed at home. Those are the type of things I want. I want to be able to say, guys, I'm off. Like, I'm not available for any projects or whatever. I'm just strictly focusing on my family right
Yeah.
now. I want to be able to do that, which is why I'm very skeptical about starting a family right now.
I feel you. I get you, because obviously you're wanting
But
to.
in terms of money, I think around 500 million, I want to stop.
For real.
chasing money.
So you don't. So you don't want to make a billy.
I want to make a billy, but I'm not going to chase a billy.
Okay.
It must happen naturally.
Okay. So 500 mil, you be happy,
I'll-
and then you just allow like the money to make
Yeah,
money for itself. Like
because I want to be at home.
Okay.
wanna be
Now I feel you, man. And okay, now I feel that's
What
a
about
reasonable
you?
answer. Ish, bro.
Because you're already married. You
Yeah.
knocked one bird out.
Yeah. To be honest with you, man, like I do have a target in my mind,
Yeah.
right?
Because you've already dropped a hint when you want a child.
I have dropped a hint when I want a child, but I don't want a child unless I don't want a child if I'm not a millionaire.
Yeah.
Like I'm just gonna be
Respect.
straight up honest with you about that.
Respect.
Like I'll be, and I can understand a lot of people obviously do say, a lot of people like do say no, but like it's just it's money is not the only factor, not like, you know what I mean, like. For
Hey,
me,
man,
for me,
napkins
for me,
cost.
for me, honestly speaking, this is the thing, and it's not even about like those diaper costs or whatever. It's not even about that. It's about being able to provide for the child
Without having to sacrifice
without any
anything.
restrictions, bro. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I don't want to be restricted when I want to provide for my kid. I want my kid to be able to. I want to bless my kid, bro. You know what I mean? I want my children to be blessed.
And I'll be like, I have to go and make this money, or I need to do this
You
in
know what
order
I mean?
to do this at home. Like, no.
I want them to literally start where I don't want them to start where I started. I
Yeah.
want them to start where like I'm kind of where I'm currently at. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or where I finish off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They must start where they don't have to go back and not have toys just because I didn't get to have as much
Exactly.
toys as I wanted to have when I was young. I want them to have
They
toys
must
when
not
they're
look at
young.
anybody else.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
want them to learn when they have toys, as much as they have toys, to be able to
Yeah.
give also. I mean, so I want to bless them
Exactly.
so much with toys that they realize, what you know, we have too much now,
Yeah.
and then for them to develop that spirit of giving to other,
I'm
to,
like,
to
you know what?
orphanages or whatever. You know
Other
what I mean?
kids don't have what I have.
Exactly. You just to be able to. But I just don't want to be able to have a child, man, and I'm not able to provide for my child. And no,
Yeah, I
no,
also
no, no,
don't
no, no.
want
That would break me.
Sure,
That
true.
would break me.
Because I'm gonna
Literally.
speak from experience, man. Like when we were kids, you need to understand we weren't privileged. So
True.
we'd go to school with these rich kids, man, and
True.
you'd see people like being dropped off with nice
Bro.
cars, people having phones at early
Dude.
ages. Like now, everybody has a phone now because it's so easy to get a
Bro.
phone. But back in the days, a phone was a rare thing for a child, man.
Rare.
A rare thing. So only the rich kids had phones.
True.
Now, kids had computers, they had everything. And because you're a child, you didn't understand, why do those kids have everything? They have bicycles, and you'd always have to go and play at someone else's house because you have
Man.
nothing to play with at home, man.
Honestly speaking,
I don't want
bro,
that from
I
my
don't
child,
want that. Like even like let me tell you one of the days I used to really like not like at school. Nah?
Yeah.
You know most of school like you. Yo, bro, I can't believe I've suffered like this, but you know, like it's not like terrible suffering, but
Yeah.
but I'm talking about like man, like one of the days I never used to like at school was CV's day. You know what CV's day is? Do you guys used
Dressing
to have?
up.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
where you dress up in your in home clothes.
Yeah.
I never used to like those
Why?
because I didn't have name brands. You know what I mean?
But-
And that's the thing that's popping amongst youngsters. You have to have name brands. Yeah.
Back in
Not,
the days,
not
they didn't
now.
really
Like
care.
even during my time of schooling.
Okay, your time was messed up. Because our time, we didn't really care about name. The only thing we cared about is how clean you look.
Hey man, for us it was
Because
name brands.
some people were like living in some shady situations, but then there was, which actually reminds me about this one guy. Whenever we receive his day, he used to wear the same outfit every single time. He used to
see?
wear his rugby jersey,
Yeah, you see.
his Springbok jersey, and the same jeans and the same running shoes.
You see what I'm talking about?
Now, at the time, none of us like were really like, he was our friend. We never treated him any differently
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because he couldn't afford many clothes.
Did you guys notice the fact that he always wore the same
we
thing?
did.
Huh?
We did.
Mm,
We
yeah.
teased him about it a little bit.
Ah,
We teased-
wow, guys.
No, not in the mean way.
Wow.
Not in the mean way.
Yeah.
Not in the mean way.
Okay.
Because we still loved him, bro. We still loved him. He was our boy. At some point, we even started giving him our clothes. because he
Yeah,
was
man.
too proud to say, "Hey guys, like this is the
Yeah.
situation."
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
we got together like, "Hey man, we need to do," because other people started talking about it. That's when we were like, "Okay, let's just bless him and
Nah,
stuff."
man, for real. That's like one of the days I used to hate like the most, man. Like Series Day, I never used to like it. But
I
for me,
love Simba.
obviously it wasn't that situation because I'd have to say like I do come from a more privileged family
Yeah.
compared to the area where I'm from.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people in the area where I'm from, because I'm from a township, you know what I mean? But like
Yeah.
we're more like, it's like the township people looked at us as if like we were rich.
Yeah.
And then I have to go to
I
school
know
in
how that's
town.
like, yeah.
And when I go to school in town, they look at you like, my dude, you need to get money, man. Come on, you know what I mean? That type of vibe. So it's almost like it being in the middle. But I never used to like it because I didn't have name brands. These kids were
Yeah.
wearing name brands. I'm not rocking my stuff. I'm just rocking my stuff. It's not name brands. Like, you know, remember during the times of Heelys? You know, when Heelys came out? Bro, even to this day, I still want Heelys, man. I'm not gonna lie. To this
What
day,
you
I
gonna
want
do with
Heelys.
Heelys now,
What do you mean
man?
what I want to do with Heelys? I need to do at least do that role once. At least once.
But everyone's over that
Nah,
situation.
they're coming back.
man.
They're gonna come back. Watch. They're
Nah,
gonna
they'll
come back.
never.
No, they're gonna come back. Watch. I promise you. But anyway, man, let's continue like with in regards to the album. So the ATM. But first, before we go like deeper into the album, let me speak about the numbers that J Cole did
Yeah.
on this album. So, this is J Cole's fifth album, of course, KOD,
Yeah.
and it has broken Apple's music record for streams in the first 24 hours in the United States with 64.5 million streams on
Yeah.
its first day. Now, that's crazy, bro. Apple tells The Verge, KOD surpassed the previous record holder, Drake's views, by nearly 1
knew it
million
was Drake.
streams. By
Yeah.
nearly 1 million streams, bro. He
Yeah.
surpassed Drake's by nearly 1 million streams. 7 out of the top 10 most streamed songs in a 24-hour period in Apple Music are now from KOD.
Yeah.
7 out of the top 10 most streamed songs in a 24-hour period in Apple Music are now from KOD. That's crazy. Apple Music pulled in 66% of the first day streaming market share for KOD in the US and 60% worldwide, continuing its run of major first week streaming totals when it comes to hip hop and R&B artists. Somehow, Apple Music, which has 120 million fewer users than Spotify, continues to give its top competitors trouble with releases in the world's most popular genre of music. Spotify confirmed in a tweet that KOD was streamed 36.6 million times in the US in the first 24 hours, where it also broke the record for most first-day streams in the US for an album,
Jeez.
with Apple Music expected to pass Spotify in users in the US sometime this summer.
You know what? That sucks, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I got Spotify too.
Yeah.
I've been streaming the album on Spotify. Why are they not counting us, man? I feel like we're also
Oh
important.
yeah.
They only count in the
So
US.
the world. Oh yeah, you're right. But anyway, again, J. Cole's album has surpassed Justin Timberlake's "Man in the Woods" album.
Yeah.
For the biggest week of 2018. Justin Timberlake debuted at number 1 with 293,000. But with J. Cole, he's doing something. He's doing numbers like 350,000 and 400,000. And that includes streaming. So,
Okay.
yeah. J.
That's
Cole
props,
is doing
man.
crazy numbers, man, in regards to this album, bro. Like,
You see,
it's insane.
as a person who enjoys both artists like Justin Timberlake and
Yeah.
J. Cole, and I've been fighting this because of Cardi and Drake. I've been in disputes with people because they're always bragging about the numbers that they're doing.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I don't like about this generation, which is why I don't even look at numbers. This whole streaming business, because it's so easy to get streams compared to a CD.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't really.
But streams count, though.
No, I know they count. But me personally, I don't care about it because it's not like it was before. Even 50 Cent said this because they asked him in an interview.
That's true. That's true. Though.
About why he's not releasing albums anymore. Why he's just releasing EPs, and he said, "It's not like before, where you had to be really good to release an album.
Yeah.
Now you can release anything, and
You get the
You
numbers.
get the numbers easy.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
it's all about streams now.
That's true. I can just imagine back in the times when, like,
was
for
tough,
instance,
man.
50 Cent dropped Get Rich or Die Trying. Like, how many streams he would have done if streaming was
At that time.
you know what I mean?
it was popular
because
at
he
that
was
time.
popping, man.
Which is why I get irritated by people who compare guys who are streaming now compared to guys who are selling CDs.
And the fact that they,
Can't
during
compare
those
the two.
times, like, the internet wasn't even like that well known during
It
those times.
was
The
not
fact
well
that they
known
would
at that time.
cross over to the
To
whole world. That's crazy. That's insane. Without
Insane.
internet, without streams, without, like, the fact that they would do the numbers that they did on album sales.
Yeah.
Hard copies.
Hard copies. Do you know
These
how
guys would
hard
go
it is to get a
platinum.
person to buy an album, man?
Bro.
Yeah.
Wow.
People don't recognize that, man. Those guys worked hard back in the day.
Nah, man,
Now, these new artists are very privileged, man.
Nah,
Very
I
privileged.
agree.
That's why there's so many artists now.
Yeah.
Because anybody can be an artist
True.
through streaming.
True.
It's not the same anymore.
That's
It's not the
actually
same.
really true.
The
And
industry is very sad.
it kind of got me thinking, right? And I kind of highlighted this before we started the podcast. And
Yeah.
you wanted to, like, tell me. I was like, no, don't tell me. Save it for the podcast. But, like, I was asking the question, like, do you feel like music nowadays is just being, like, consumed way too fast, and the fact that, like, we're not giving music a chance, like, we're not wanting to listen, like,
Yeah.
we're impatient with albums, like, we'll
Yeah.
critique an album 24 hours after it's been released, you know what I
And
mean?
then
Like,
by
we won't
next
give
week,
we
we
won't
don't
give it a
even care
chance,
about
we won't
it.
listen to it, we won't listen to the
Yeah.
message, we just want to hear what we want to hear, and if we don't hear what we want to hear, we pass on, like,
Yeah.
we move on to the next thing. And even if we do hear what we want to hear, and next song drops the next day by some other artist, we'll pop onto that song like a single, we'll hop onto a single and forget the whole album.
Yeah.
Do you feel like as like in this generation, like, music is just being passed on way too fast? It's not being given a chance. What's your sentiments on that?
It is, though, and it's not even the listener's fault. It's honestly not the listener's fault.
Whose fault is it?
The biggest people that I blame for this are the artists themselves. There's something Jay-Z once said in an interview. He said, "I don't make an album unless I have something to say." The artists nowadays, they just make music for money and to make numbers. Because
True.
they release every single year.
True.
You can't tell me from last year to this year you've made 2 albums. What
Perhaps
have
they've got a lot to say.
Dude, you
I-
listen to the music they make.
I'm not gonna take away from the fact that not everybody. I'm not saying everybody who does that initially has something to say.
Yeah.
I'm saying, but I'm not gonna say that everyone who releases an album in 2 years is because it's for the money, and it's not because they don't have something to say. You know, it's kind of tough.
The
But I hear your point, and the majority are doing it for the money.
the issue is, if you release an album last year and you release an album this year, when does your album actually get any play? Because you're not the only artist who released last year. Because there's the time when you release where you're probably most likely the only person who released that month. Then the following month is probably someone else. And then in that time, probably someone's listening to someone else. But by next year, people are not even thinking about you. But the guys back in the days, your 50 Cents, your Jay-Z's, your Eminem's, whoever was releasing Nas, those guys took 2 to 3 years apart. And their album was hot within that 2 to 3 years.
True.
It never
Like
died
you were
down.
still playing
They
the
were
album.
still playing,
Yeah. True.
Now, an album now, at most it'll play a month. If you use someone like Drake, Kendrick, or Cole. All these other guys, 2 weeks most.
But again, like L-Zee, like I hear your point, ne? But I have to ask the question, right? I have to ask this question. It just popped into my mind now. I have to ask the question, like, could that be because the industry then is not like how the industry looks like now? Because then the industry, it's almost like it had gatekeepers, right?
Yeah.
Like no one could just get into the industry.
You had to be really talented.
You had to be.
industry.
And it's not to say that the guys now aren't talented.
Majority of them are not. Let's be blunt.
Okay, but initially, okay, wait, hold on. I have to start here. What is the purpose of an album? What is the purpose of music? What is the purpose of songs? What is the purpose? Like, and number two,
Great
who is
question.
consuming these things? You understand?
Yeah.
Who is it for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, I could pretty much say the purpose one, I'll leave it to you. But in regards to consumership,
Yeah.
who's consuming the stuff? It's us. We're the ones consuming the stuff.
Yeah.
We're the consumers, right?
Yeah.
They're the makers. They're the creators of the music and whatnot. They come
Yeah.
up with the music. We consume the music. They release the music. They drop the music. You could, bro. Come on. There are a couple of people, thousands of artists who have record deals right now to top major labels who have released stuff, but it's just not. It's not getting the numbers,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's not getting airplay. It's not. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of people.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thousands of artists, right? And because of that, and then you've got your independent artists. You've got independent artists like your whatever, your little what's nowadays, who just drop a track on YouTube and it gets the numbers. On
Yeah.
SoundCloud and it gets the numbers. On whatever, it
iTunes,
gets the
Spotify,
numbers. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So in regards to who should be signed?
That's a
You know,
very good question.
the question is who really should be signed? Who's more talented here? Because you could have the talent but not the impact. You know what I mean? And this
There's
is
a lot of people.
And now
who
this
have
is my
talent.
thing. This is my thing, right? Like music back then, right?
Yeah.
Or the industry back then had a lot of gatekeepers. You couldn't get a deal that easy or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it just was.
You had to be really good.
It wasn't as broad as it is now. Now we've got the internet. Now you can just drop whatever you want to drop whenever you want to drop it. You can do
and
whatever
they
you want to
just
do.
take you now. Because you're doing numbers, they're like, oh, he's making a buzz. Let's take him.
And yeah, exactly, precisely. And so that my thing is this, right? My thing is, so what is the purpose of an album? Number one, and do you not think that perhaps what's unfolding right now is what could have unfolded back then had the internet and all these streaming services and whatnot been available back in those days, where because in the internet wasn't as available during those days, Eminem days, Jay-Z days, like back then, honestly, where they could play a song for like a whole year and it'll still be buzzing, right? Could that not be because of that factor, which is the internet wasn't there and whatnot wasn't there? People couldn't drop whatever they wanted to drop and whatever, and could get like, people could hop on it and whatever. Like, do you not think maybe that could be the contributing factor? I don't even know if I asked what I asked properly, but
Yeah, man. I do believe it would have made a difference back then, but it would have been a positive one compared to what it's doing now. Because back then, the standard was still set. That was the most important thing. There was a standard, and you had to be really talented in order to be mainstream. I mean, even underground guys were known.
we even
back
knew
then.
about them. That's crazy. Yeah.
Exactly, because it was a standard thing.
I didn't even like underground people, but I know about at least one Immortal Technique. I know about
KRS One.
Papoose. I know about
You know KRS One, right?
I know about KRS-One
Oh.
now. I know Papoose. I know what's that other guy? Jadakiss.
Jadakiss. Well, Jadakiss is now, he went mainstream, but
He was
he
underground,
was
man.
underground back then.
So
There's a lot, man.
That
Like
is
Royce the
crazy,
5'9".
bro.
Actually, Eminem was underground before he became Eminem that we all know.
now I only found out about Eminem when I was mainstream, but
Nah, I knew him before. Even 50, I knew him before he was,
I knew him when he was mainstream.
when he was still making mixtapes and whatnot. Yeah, when he dissed Jay-Z.
They're always gonna try to take jabs. Anyway, yeah. So
Yeah. Back then, you had to be really talented in order to make it, and with much respect to them, because the standard which they've set made us appreciate music. I mean, Look at like your Michael Jacksons. Michael Jackson actually doesn't have that many albums, but the legacy that he has in terms of
How
legendary.
many albums does he have?
There's there's Thriller, Dangerous. There's the You Rock My World album. I think he has 5 albums tops at most. I think Michael Jackson has been singing since he was a child.
Yeah,
But
he
because
was.
of the gaps that he took in between, that's why he didn't have that many.
Oh, but the legacy though.
Dude, even Beyonce doesn't have that many albums. I think she also has like 5, 6 albums.
I don't know.
And which brings my point. There's the Look at guys like Drake. Drake has more albums than the guys that did music before him because he's been releasing every year since he
Let me see.
came out.
How many albums was Drake have? Thank Me Later.
Yeah, that's my favorite Drake album.
I really liked that album.
I know there's Take
no,
Care.
no one thing was the same. Which one came first? Take Care, ne? Take Care came
I
first.
think Take Care was his
Take
third
Care
album.
came first, yeah. Take Care came first. No one thing was the same, something like that.
Yeah, I stopped listening after.
That was
Take
still
Care.
good. Take Care was also good. Take Care, and actually, fact, Thank Me Later was good. Take Care was good. No one thing was the same was good. All
Yeah.
those three were still good. And then he came with this fourth one. What was the fourth one, man?
I don't know the fourth.
Was it Views? I think it was Views.
No, I think Views was his fifth.
No, Views was this fourth.
Fifth.
Guarantee. Check
There
on
was-
the internet there.
There was
Check on
one
the internet.
before.
Views was his fourth. Views was his fourth, and then his fifth was More Life.
Yeah, man. But Drake has too many albums, man. Honestly, I can't.
No, you can't say Drake has too many albums. I think he's on his fifth album right now.
What? No.
Right
Ain't no
now,
way.
at this present moment, I think he's only released 5 albums.
I don't believe that. But anyways, I'm not a Drake fan. So I don't
Check,
know all
check,
his
check.
albums. I stopped listening. I can't
Let me see.
because we're using the cable to record.
Check there. It has to be on 5.
Come on, take forever. Anyway, speak so long. While
Now you'll just edit this out. It's cool. Oh, on data. Is it data or data?
it's data in America. They
Data.
don't play it in Zanzibar.
Data. Data.
Is that data?
Why are it taking so long? It's not even loading, dude. It's not even.
Oh, network is low. Can't you check on yours?
Oh, bro, I have to check.
No. Spotify.
Yes, check on Spotify. Setting of 5.
Nothing's good. Aye.
That take care. Nothing was the same. Reading this is too late. I don't count what a time to be alive, because. Okay, so you got it. So you got it
Yeah.
now, ne?
Yeah.
So okay, so it's not 5 albums. So I was wrong.
Yeah.
I skipped one. So it's Thank Me Later. It's Nothing Was the Same. Oh no, sorry. It's Thank Me Later. It's Take Care. It's Nothing Was the Same.
Yeah.
It's If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. That's the one I skipped. And then it's Views, and then it's More Life. So that's 6 albums initially. Yeah, I don't count What a Time to Be Alive, the one with Future.
I counted.
Okay. So because if you want me to count that, because then I have to count everything then that Spotify mentions, right? Because Spotify is putting on here So Far Gone, which was initially
Okay, So Far
an
Gone
EP.
is a mixtape.
It's an EP. Initially, that was
It's not an album. Yeah.
so that's why I don't like counting the If You're Reading This, It's Too Late with Future. No, not If You're Reading the What a Time to Be Alive with Future, because it's a collaboration album.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's not
But-
count it.
But in a
But it still has
sense,
a lot.
but in a sense, I could count it, because then with Jay-Z and Kanye West, we count that album.
We actually don't. He
The
actually
Throne.
doesn't count
The
it.
Throne, he doesn't. Yeah, watch the
That's
Throne.
why he says in this latest album he says he has 13 studio albums, but he actually has more than that. Aside from his collaborations, because he has a collaboration album too with R. Kelly. He has one with Coldplay. He has one with Linkin Park. He has one with Kanye.
So he doesn't count all of those.
He doesn't
So
count
you
all
see,
of
that's exactly why I'm not winning. So Drake has 6 albums, man. I'm not counting the EP also. I'm not counting the EP So Far Gone,
I
because
would
that's
never
an
count
EP.
EPs. Yeah.
That's an EP. I'm not counting that. So
Okay.
initially, Drake has 6 albums, man. So, and he's about to release his 7th one in June, also, and whatnot. But yeah. But anyway, you're still saying, bro.
Still a lot. Sorry. Back to what I was saying. Like artists don't appreciate their own music because they make seasonal music, which they make this year, and they release another album the following year. And the albums that they do make, it's not really albums. It's, I don't know. It's like a compilation of songs they don't like or something. I don't know what to call it.
Then, which brings me to my point, Uguti, then what's the purpose of an
Of
album?
an album, yes. Now let's get down to the real juicy story. Now, to me, a purpose of an album, like looking at people who've made albums, which, like I'm talking like when I like a person's whole album.
Yeah.
Like most albums, even perfect example, KOD. KOD from first track to the very last.
Yeah,
it's
same
one
theme.
story.
Yeah.
There's a theme to
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
Now, music that we listen to well, I wouldn't say we listen to, but people listen to these days don't have a theme, number one. The songs don't even relate to one another.
So then is the purpose for...
It's just a bunch of songs put together. It's like a compilation.
True.
It's like a compilation. There's no
True.
theme to the album. There's no story to it. There's nothing.
Do you feel like there was a story in Kendrick's latest album, the
Damn.
D? Yeah.
Yeah. Gee, just by the titles of his tracks. Last Love, Respect, All the Stars.
What? No, all the stars was part of another album. It's part of the
Which
Black
one?
Panther album. All the stars is part of Black Panther album, bro. Come on.
Sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Oh my goodness, this dude. So, but like, okay, cool. Then tell me then, because with Kendrick Lamar, because he might have titles, yes, cool,
Yes.
great, but what's the storyline there? Because initially, for me, what I feel like a purpose of an album should be is it should have a story. You know what I mean? It should tell a
Yeah.
story. So it's like a storyline. It's like a movie, basically,
Yeah.
in parts. Like you look at, for instance, like Jaden's album, right? Jaden Smith's album. I wouldn't necessarily feel like it had a story to some extent
But I wouldn't say it had a theme.
initially. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Or the theme is very...
It's
It has too many colors, I would say.
you know what I mean. So that's my thing. Like, do you? I don't even know how to word it, man. It's so frustrating because do you feel like an album is actually really necessary. Like in J. Cole's
It
case
is
with KOD, I would say definitely it has to be an album because
Let's look
he's
at Get
telling a
Rich or
story
Die Trying.
and the story is clear.
Let's look at Get Rich or Die Trying.
Get Rich or Die Trying, it has to be an album.
Had a theme.
It had a theme.
That's what I'm saying. Like every album that we recognize, you Thrillers, your Dangerous.
Eminem's Recovery, it had a theme. You know what I mean?
Even Revival had a theme, although people don't really like it, but it had a theme.
What theme did it have?
The Revival of America.
Sugar. It was just a mix of songs, a bunch of mixed songs.
You don't listen to that album.
I listened to that album, and it's a mixture of songs, dude. Now, who's playing the album today? Who's playing the album today?
People are still listening. I even listen to Revival.
You know, just this
River's my song, man.
Let's
I
discount you because you're an Eminem stan. It's cool.
See, there you go.
We understand.
There you
You're
go.
an Eminem
Why do you
stan.
always throw that?
You're an Eminem
But
stan.
I can criticize Eminem, though.
But you're not criticizing this album, though.
I did criticize this.
criticism.
I criticized it to the core.
Anyway,
but
like
I still
honestly
say
speaking,
that it had a theme.
with Eminem coming back with an album like that, it was trash because we expected way more.
It's not trash.
Honestly speaking, we
I
just
wouldn't say it's
expected way
trash.
more. He hasn't disappointed us these past couple of years. He's released albums and now he's disappointing us
Actually,
with this one here.
yes.
No,
Marshall Mathers.
even
LP
that
too.
was
that wasn't
dope.
great.
Even that was, but it was still
not
dope.
It was
But
not
still
dope.
dope.
It was not dope.
We still played it.
I actually prefer this album. Over that
We
one.
still even.
prefer this
I don't
one
know
over
about
that
that,
one.
but anyway, okay. So I don't even know, but like that's my thing. Like with this whole thing of purpose of an album, Uzi,
Yeah, there should be a theme, man.
there has to be a theme. Because why else are you
Otherwise,
making
it's
an
just a
album? You're
bunch of
just putting
songs
together a bunch of songs.
compilated.
Like for instance, J. Cole, Sideline Story. You know what I mean,
Yeah, there's a story there.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a theme,
bro.
My goodness.
And that's that one thing. That's actually one thing. Wow, that's actually one thing I feel like J. Cole has really been
Born
good at.
Sinner.
I think J. Cole has really been good at making
Story
albums.
songs.
Yeah, he's really been good at making albums because he has a theme and yeah. Well, for your eyes only, Honestly speaking, I really feel like he was just being selfish. Like, no, this is the music I like vibing to. This is the music I like to make. This is for me. It's for my eyes only. But it releases to the world. Initially, that's just how I feel like. I wouldn't say that's the case, but I'm saying initially that's just how I feel like. Just because a lot of us went vibing with For Your Eyes Only, we were just like, okay.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're getting sidetracked a little bit.
Yeah, we are. Okay. KOD.
We're just mentioning a bunch
Okay,
of
yeah,
random
we are.
albums.
But initially, we were
Back to
talking about
KOD.
the fact, purpose for an album. That
Yeah.
there should be a theme.
Cole got the purpose of an album.
Man.
He got the theme.
KOD.
Lockdown. KOD is freaking amazing. Now,
I have
back
to say, I don't like the sound.
second video.
I don't like the sound, but
Okay.
the message
That's
definitely strong.
Back to the second video, Kevin's Heart, where I'm actually sad that he made the video recently because people were not believing me when I told them that song's about Kevin Hart cheating. No one wanted to
Are you
believe
serious?
me. Yeah.
But it's so evident though. Like the fact that
He's saying
people
in
aren't
the
even
song.
listening to the song. In the song is about cheating. You can hear what he's talking about.
Exactly.
And then he titles
just proves people don't listen.
and he titles the song Kevin's Heart.
Heart.
Although he doesn't spell heart as
Heart.
in Kevin Hart,
Yeah.
but he spells heart as in H-E-R-T when Kevin's surname is H-A-R-T. Yeah, H-E-A-R-T. Yes, sorry.
H-E-A-R-T.
That's that. My bad.
He art.
Yes. Yes, but you know what I mean. Like, so I mean, how do people not get that thingy? Because it's a play on words,
Yeah.
and we all know J. Cole is good at that
Yeah.
with wordplay.
Even the song, a bunch of wordplay there. Saying that I stare at the call before I decline. I'm like, oh,
You know what?
yo, man. There's a lot of things that he says in that song, man.
True.
That really. Okay, I actually don't like that song because it makes me mad. Because
It kind of
seems
gives
like
as an excuse. It kind
yeah,
of
for
gives
people
like,
cheating, yeah.
I get
Like,
you.
It really makes me mad.
Wait, hold on. But I don't think that's initially what he's trying to highlight. I think he's trying to highlight the fact of after the events has occurred. I think he's trying to highlight.
The video did that.
Yes.
But not the song. The song is making Kevin
yeah.
Hart look like yeah.
I don't know, man. Okay, yeah, the song I think you could say maybe kind of if you listen to the song, it you wouldn't be able to tell would say okay, it's talking about
Let's talk about him fighting
after,
cheating.
yeah, after
The
the
videos,
initially.
the after effect.
Yeah. So, but like what I like about the song initially, and I did have that same thought. You would say, but like,
Why is it
could this song not give guys even more of an excuse of like
to
why
cheat,
they did
bro?
it? Yeah, you know what I mean? Because
Like, imagine me.
because he speaks about how like I saw the call and whatever from this girl and whatever. And looked at the screen for a while
Before
I
I
declined.
declined. I'm
But then
like,
the seed is
yeah.
planted. You see this, but the seed is planted and stuff like that, and stuff like that.
I'm like, nah, Cole. I was like,
And temptation,
no.
obviously, like is
it's
now
a good song, great thing, but I just don't like the message.
for
Like,
me.
no.
For me, I don't know. I'm torn between the two in regards to the message. Like,
But I do respect what they
I don't
show
think-
in the video.
Yeah.
Where someone is repentive of something they've done.
Yes.
And everybody's still ridiculing the person
Yes.
of that sin.
Yeah.
'Cause,
Yeah.
man, that video is sad.
That video.
I
is
actually
sad.
felt sorry for Kevin.
Bro.
After watching that video, I
Whoa.
was like, shame, man. Yo,
Whoa,
people are giving
bro.
cold stares, bro.
And to show Cole's brilliance also, ne?
Yeah.
To bring Kevin Hart
In
into the video.
Mm,
Bro.
that is brilliant.
No, that was brilliant. Honestly.
That-
speaking. That was
And
just
the funny
brilliant.
part is where someone gives Kevin the encouragement.
Oh
in the
yeah,
bathroom.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
funny. That was funny. The
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
like,
I liked
finally
it
someone
was
understood
emotional
him,
but funny
and then, like, gives him a pat
on the shoulder.
without washing his hands. And then
Yeah.
Kevin only realizes at the end, I got D hands all over.
Yeah, the guy didn't wash his hands. Guy didn't wash his hands.
Because I was wondering, when are they going to bring a funny part to this whole thing? Because Kevin has to do something funny.
Yeah, true.
And they finally put it in. I was
Yeah.
like, there we go. That
was
part
dope.
was really funny.
Dude, like this whole album, honestly speaking, like I'm really like I said, I'm enjoying like the messages that Cole is speaking about.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we're gonna have time, honestly, to go into every song. But one of the songs I also liked was Photograph, right?
Yeah.
And why I like that song is because it's speaking about. Remember KOD abbreviated stands for like it has 3 different
Yeah.
abbreviations: Kids on Drugs, Kings Overdosed, Kill Our Demons.
Kill Our
And
Demons,
initially on Photograph, I feel like he's addressing that thing of kids on drugs. And initially he's speaking about social media, and he's speaking about how addicted. And it can also fall under Kill Our Demons, which is how addicted like our generation has become to social media.
Yeah.
Like he's just speaking about how we find love on the phone. Like I've never he's speaking about how I've never seen you before, but I'm so in love with you, like type of vibe. And all of a sudden like you went online for a while and you came back on my line. I saw you on my line and time froze. So that's like a play on words, timeline, right? Like type of vibes, like time froze type of vibe, like all that stuff there. It's like love has now become digital. Like love has become digital. And speaking about the whole thing, and I'm like, wow. I like the fact that he's addressing these things. He's speaking about these
Serious
things.
situation.
And how he speaks about at some points in the course also speaking about how it has an effect on your health also.
Yep.
And it
does.
really can, because I mean if you're always looking at the screen and whatever, and also with the love chemical whatever, because love is proven scientifically to have a chemical effect on you also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it releases certain chemicals in your brain.
Yeah.
Stimulates your brain and whatnot. And so how all of those things can cause imbalances. Like this is not real. I've never met this person before. I've never seen this person before, but I'm in love with this person.
Yeah.
So psychologically as well, mentally, health issue, health related. So I just loved how he played on words, bro.
Yeah.
Like he played on words on photographs.
My favorite song was Window Pane, man. That song
I don't know what Window
spoke
Pane
to
is
me.
about actually. I haven't really listened
Ayanda also
to
loves
it.
that song. It's about him addressing people cheating and people mistreating women and abusing them
Okay.
physically, emotionally, and whatnot. He even like relates to what the situation that happened with his mom, where he says he wants to beat the crap out of the guy that made his mama cry and whatnot.
Yeah.
Basically, He's talking about how we mistreat women as men.
Is that window pane or
Window
is
pane.
that once an addict?
No.
Okay, window pane.
Window pane,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I actually don't remember Once an Addict.
Because once an
'Cause I'm sure
addict,
it's about
the one
drugs.
thing I remember about once an addict is him like basically he's like talking about how he was on the phone with his mom and his mom is like drunk and it's like sometimes he battles with like why is she doing this to herself, like she's supposed to be going to work the next morning but she's drunk calling him on the phone, that type of vibe. But yeah, okay, anyway, window pane.
Window Pane, to me, that was my favorite song. I think it's the song that really resonated in my heart because there's nothing that upsets me more than men, like your relationships really break my heart, man.
Yeah.
When one party like deliberately hurts the other person.
Yeah,
Like if you don't want to be in a relationship, just don't be in a relationship.
period.
You don't have to play with people's feelings
True.
and whatnot, man.
True.
Like, it's unnecessary.
Yeah. And like nowadays with this whole culture of cheating and like
Dude.
it's become such a culture amongst men. You'd swear it's almost like as if it's in our DNA to do it. You know what I mean? The way it's being portrayed by a lot of men, and this is the thing. A lot of the men that portray this thing to be as if it's
okay to cheat.
it's DNA type of vibes
Yeah.
are
There's no
the
such
people
thing.
that are actually doing it, the people
Yeah.
that are cheating. So, and it's the thing is not a DNA; it's a choice,
It's
and that's
a
and that's
choice.
what I love about the album again. That it portrays that thing. Choose wisely.
Everything. Yeah.
At the end of Kevin Hart's
of
video,
the
it says
video,
choose wisely.
Choose
Yes,
wisely,
and that's
yeah.
another theme in the album because he speaks about it. I think in the song KOD, it says choose wisely, choose wisely, choose wisely. He mentions I think about 3 times that whole thing that choose wisely. So that's another theme again, which is the drugs, all these things. They're all these things that can get you addicted, that can get you hooked, that can make
Yeah.
you understand, that can
Choose
become
wisely.
choose wisely. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, which
Much respect.
bro.
Then there's the last song. I think it's
1985.
1985, yeah. Where this is all these new school cats, especially Lil Pump. That one made me laugh, bro.
That one
That's
was
how
funny. I'm not gonna
Lil
lie.
Pump got feelings, man.
I'm not gonna. That one was
Yeah.
funny because it wasn't your. I'm looking for this word, bro. Like it's so profound. It's like a profound word. It's like a deep word. It's those strong words. It wasn't your normal type of disses, bro. Because usually when someone is dissing you, you'd expect for them to be like going in on you, your family, everything
Exactly.
about you. You know what I mean?
It was more like grow up type of situation.
He gave him a pep talk, bro. He like sat him down and like, okay, let me just teach you a couple of things, bro. That's crazy.
What made me laugh even more was Charlemagne's comment on it. It was like, this is the first ever diss track I've ever heard where someone disses someone and gives them a pep talk at the same
Bro,
time.
I've never
That made
heard
me
that in my
laugh.
life. I've never heard it in my life. That was the first time I heard something like that.
Yo, man, that made me laugh.
That was the
man.
first time I heard something like that. And that's why I think this disc goes in even harder.
Hard.
Because it's like, I don't have time to play games with you. I'll give you a pep talk. I'm not your age. Let me talk down and sit you down and give you a
then
pep talk.
tells him, for all you like new school kids that wanna keep my name in your mouth and whatnot, I'll gladly give you a bit. Basically, he's like speaking like an adult now. Like if you think you're gonna try and talk back to me, I'm gonna give you a hiding.
Ooh,
God, that was funny, man.
Oh,
I was
man,
like, yo,
dude.
Cole, nah, bro. Cole is a genius.
Nah, dude.
Cole is a
Like
genius.
his thinking process is crazy. That's what I'm saying, though. With J. Cole, man, like his thinking process is insane. Because, okay, cool. Let me speak about this song a little bit. Like 1985, right?
Yeah.
The way he addresses Lil Pump on that song. Number one, he's just teaching him. Okay, cool. Listen, you think you're hot. Okay, it's cool. I understand why you think you're hot. I mean, you're at the age that you actually age at, and I can understand why you do the certain things you do. But listen, you're not gonna be young forever. That's number one. So you're gonna need to grow up at some point.
At some point.
Number two, you better learn how to invest your money because money is you're not gonna be relevant forever. Money is not gonna be flowing in forever.
And these tattoos from your head to toe, it's gonna look stupid.
At some point,
And
you know what I
some
mean?
point.
And he's like schooling him. It's like he's schooling him, bro. Like you better learn to invest your money, buy your mama a house, do stuff like that. Right now, get yourself financially
correct.
You know what I mean? Make sure that your finances are in order, my friend. Because if you don't do none of that, number 3, you're gonna end up on Love and Hip Hop.
Exactly. You,
Bro,
that part
I'm
killed
like-
me. I was thinking about how many people ended up in Love and Hip Hop. I was like,
I'm like, oh my
This is
word,
serious,
bro.
that was
That's like a jab not only to him but on everyone.
everyone
on
on Love and Hip Hop. That line really made me laugh because everybody who stopped being relevant
Oh
jumps onto Love and
my
Hip Hop just so they can look like
gosh,
that. They're still doing
bro.
something. Yo, man.
Bro.
Yeah.
No,
The
he went
dignity,
in.
bro. The dignity.
He went
yeah.
in like I'm not even gonna lie to you. Man.
I'm surprised many people didn't
Cole-
respond from Love and
I,
Hip Hop.
I'm surprised. Maybe they're still gonna, but I'm surprised that they haven't. But I think J. Cole doesn't really necessarily like Love and Hip Hop.
He
So I think
doesn't.
he used that. The fact
Every
that he
black
doesn't like
person
Love and
doesn't
Hip Hop.
like Love and Hip Hop.
I think he used that as a punchline to let him know, good, okay, cool. If you don't remain, you better understand. At some point, you're not gonna be relevant. And if you haven't
I'm gonna
been
end up.
working on your brand, you're gonna end up in Love and Hip Hop.
The thing that I hate about Love and Hip Hop is they bring out all these nasty stereotypes about black
Black
people,
people, yeah.
and make us look so
Crazy.
pathetic.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
And I hate that. And I think that's why he also hates the show because it's diminishing to black people, man.
Yeah.
It's honestly diminishing.
Bro, I have to be honest with you.
What
Another
album?
another song that I like. In actual fact, there are a couple of songs in here that I really liked. Okay, but I
We
have.
don't have to talk about every song.
Yeah, I know. Okay, like I've got 3 more. Ne?
You're still.
I've got 3 more. To be honest with you, the cutoff. I have to speak about the cutoff just a little bit. Ne?
Oh,
I really like that song.
I can't believe I forgot
Because
about
that
one.
song is speaking about cutting off anyone and everyone who's toxic to your life.
Exactly.
Anybody who's bringing some sort of drug into your
First
life,
4
some sort of
bars.
addiction into your life, some sort of thing that's negative into your life, cut off. The cut off. Violence, he addresses these things in this album. That's what I like. He addresses violence, he addresses hatred, he addresses like all of these things. You cut off, bruh. Like
Yeah.
you gotta learn to cut off. Like as an individual. I like the fact
Well,
that
you need to cut it.
I think he's trying to school these youngsters initially also on how to grow up, on the
Yeah.
process of growing up. He's like, listen, man, in this growing up process, you're gonna learn how to cut off.
You
certain-
don't need a big
cut off
circle
people.
around you.
Yeah, yeah. So I really liked that song. The message behind it. I liked Brackets.
Yeah. Yo, Brackets is a beautiful
I like
song.
Brackets because initially I'm still trying to understand what Brackets is about, but I think it's about taxes, paying taxes initially, and there's different types of taxes. There's black tax, and then there's tax that you pay. Black tax obviously is it's your parents and whatnot, and how I like how this is like a small skit in the song. How like he's just reached a million rand and $1 million, and now he calls his uncle. Let me call Unc. His uncle's like, okay, yeah, I want half. It's like, you want half? Yeah, what? You must be great. You need to, you know what I mean? Like it goes ham on the uncle's like, no, okay, you're not getting half. But I like his thinking process towards the end, where he starts off now talking about how he pays taxes to the government.
Yeah.
Now, initially, what the government is supposed to be doing is using this tax for school purposes, and all these things, right?
Yeah.
So he's focused on the school part. Okay, cool. I'm paying these taxes. I'm a black man paying taxes for the government to take a white educator, put him in front of black kids, and teach them everything in regards to history, and pardon almost every white man's sins
Yeah.
while teaching black children. That's the first thing. That's the first point he brings across, right? And then the second point he brings across is the fact that, again, I'm paying these taxes, and they use these taxes for military purposes. These taxes, the money goes into getting guns and creating guns and making guns, nuclear weapons, all these type of things, which at the end of the day, this gun is going to come back in the hood somehow. It's going to be in the hood somehow, and this kid is going to be shot at some point in time, and the mother has to bury this kid. Oh, wait. This mother has to, like, as she's on her way to the funeral, she just remembers she needs to pay her taxes Monday morning. And that for me is profound. The fact that he's bringing across, like, this whole full circle thing. Like, we're paying taxes. These taxes, money for taxes going towards this. And at the end of the day, this is the same thing that killed. So basically, you killed your own kid.
Exactly.
That is crazy.
Like we said, thought process, bro.
Bro, that is
Cole's
crazy.
thought process.
It's crazy. It's insane.
Beyond
Yeah.
understanding.
So that song really got to me. And then another one that really, really, really got to me, man. Friends. Friends, I like that song. I think that might be my most favorite song on the album, Friends. The reason why is because he's speaking about like
I
if you
actually don't remember friends.
he's speaking about like you need to go listen to it again, man. It's so profound. Like he's speaking about how like this initially it's like a type of story sort of thing, right? And maybe there's like you've got this one friend who's doing like these drugs,
Yeah.
or maybe you've got different types of friends who are doing different types of drugs, right?
Yeah.
And he's speaking about how it's almost as if like he's caught in between the two. Like, oh man, should I tell them like, guys, you need to lay off? You know what I mean? But if I'm a real friend, I will tell them. And if I'm a real friend, I will bring you to account about what you're doing and the fact that, listen, man, this thing is not gonna take you down the right path. It's taking you down the wrong path. And at the end of the day, it's gonna cause you to lose your way. And at the end of the day, you're gonna lose your life.
Yeah.
Like he's speaking about that whole thing, like real friends, what real friends will do. It's like so almost like an education of what true friendship actually is and what it should mean. But in our generation, it seems as if we're not finding that. It seems as if we're finding friends who are just kind of like, yo, you cool if you do the drug.
Yeah.
Instead of, no, bro, I'm your friend. I actually care about you.
Stop it.
Stop the drug. You know what I mean? And bro, let me tell you, like this album is, I don't like the sound. I have to be honest with you. But again, I have to say, I understand why he went this route with the sound. Because you can't listen to these messages.
On a hype.
On a hype type of beat, on hype beats. You can't. So I understand, man. This album is
Straight fire, man.
It's
I give
really
it
good.
a 4.5 star.
Okay, out of 5, right?
Yeah, out of 5.
I'd have to give it a. You know what? I'd give it a 4.5 as well. Reason being, number one, there are no features on this song, on
Which
this
is
album.
perfect, actually.
No features, bro. He just says featuring Kill Edward, but we all
Which
know
is
Kill
actually
Edward
his
is initially, you know, I wouldn't really say it's his alter ego. It's just him with his like this voice or whatever, like how he does this editing or mixing that he does. You know much more about it because you're a sound engineer. But like, you know what I mean? No features. And apparently he did this album, he finished this album in 3 weeks.
Damn.
He came up with the concept and he's like, yo, I need to get this done. And he did it in 3 weeks. Got it done, finished it. He did it all by himself, mixing, mastering. Okay, I don't know about the mixing and mastering. Let me not lie about that. I know about the production.
Chances are not.
I know about the production, yeah. I know about the production in terms of beats and stuff like that. I know about writing process. Obviously, you must have had some help as well. I mean, 3 weeks, dude, come on. It's not a long time.
Hey, bro, once you get a vision, bro.
Yeah, no, true. Inspiration hits you for real. But like initially, the whole album for me, I have to give it a 4 out of 5. Also, I mean 4.5 out of 5. It's really
the other
good.
half is just like
It's the
beats could
sound
have
for
been
me.
a
For me, it's
bit
the
better.
sound. The fact that I like good music. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like he was aiming to make good music. I feel like he was aiming more to spread a message.
Same thing as 444.
But 444 still had good music. 444 still had good music, especially Family Feud with the samples, the sampling. Bro, it still had good
Family
music.
Feud is not that great, man.
But
It's
I'm
better when it's live.
I'm talking
it's better
music.
live.
I'm talking musically. It still had good music. Now we might not be talking music in the sense that you obviously I know you just like hearing instruments. I don't know instruments.
Not necessarily that, man.
You know you like hearing instruments. I know that you like it.
It's not just that, man. Because I
But-
know Cole is not an instrument guy, but what I'm talking about, production was it wasn't.
No, but production
wasn't my cup
but
of tea,
production has
man.
nothing to do with music.
It does.
No, I'm talking.
overall.
Of course, yes, it does. Because if the production is not like what I'm trying to say is production doesn't have anything to do with music in the sense that I feel like if you've got like a good song, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
a good song. Like you can listen to the song. Like you can want to play it over and over again. It can ring in your head over and over again. Like with J. Cole's album.
You want dancing songs that turn up.
No, not precisely because Jay-Z's 444 doesn't necessarily have dancing songs. But you could dance in a sense, kinda to Family
There's
Feud.
a couple. Nah, not Family Feud. For what caught in their eyes is a dancing song.
Like it doesn't have to be dancing like hype type of dance. Even if it's like a slow type of dancing, like a nice slow dancing. Like with J. Cole, there's none of that. And he used to do stuff like that for us. But right now, or
But I'm
something
glad
that you
he
can
didn't this
or something
time.
that you can vibe with, man. Like like Dollar in the Dream.
Count It Up is the only song.
Not even count it up, man.
That's the only one that you
not-
can dance to.
Which one?
Count it up,
A-
count it up, count
ATM.
it up, count it.
No, you can't even dance to that.
You can. A lot of people are dancing to it, man. They vibing to that song.
No, man.
I think it's even playing in
I
clubs.
just love the message. Honestly, I love the message. And for that, I will give it a 4.5 5, bro.
Yeah.
Have
Okay,
to.
man. I think we need to close the show. So
Yeah.
let's just speak about the last stuff. McMill is free, bro.
Is he released?
He
'Cause I
is
heard-
released, bro.
That's crazy.
He's
man.
out. Like Instagram
Congratulations.
is just blowing up with his pictures and whatnot.
For real.
Even Jay-Z gave a statement out and whatnot. The
Wow.
guy's free now. He's out.
Wow.
He looks different. So I hope mentally he's different.
I hope he's changed.
Kevin Hart said he had a phone call with him. So he said that he's in a positive place right now and whatnot. But I'm going to see once he's out
I
in
don't know
public
why
if he's really different.
Okay, anyway,
Because they've been partying all weekend. So I want to see if he's really changed.
yeah.
Hopefully he's an improved person, man. This Nicki and Cardi thing, man, is getting worse.
Boring.
It is boring to me because I hate how they're making Nicki look like such a villain and making Cardi seem so innocent.
Yeah.
I hate what they're doing, man.
The Migos
Like,
are really boring me, man. For real.
it's not only...
With that.
Charlamagne's actually annoying me now with this whole Cardi
I
thing.
told you.
No,
I told you. I told you last week. I told you last week on the last session. I said
What you
Charlamagne
said
is an
too different.
instigator.
He's
I
not
said Charlamagne is
instigating
an
anything.
instigator.
He's choosing sides. He's not an instigator.
He's an instigator.
He's not an instigator. He chose
Dude,
a side.
If you choose sides, you're gonna instigate at some point because
No,
you're trying
you're
to
not.
you're trying to make somebody pop. But in order to make this person pop, you have to kind of diminish the light of somebody else.
No, you
And
actually
we all
don't.
know that Nicki
That's
Minaj's
the wrong
light.
thought
We all
mentality.
know that Nicki Minaj's light is way brighter than Cardi B's light.
Not
we
at this
know
moment.
that.
Not at this
The
moment.
reason is because they're trying to demonize Nicki Minaj, though. That's why.
But that's what I'm saying, man. Like, I hate what they're doing to Nicki, making her seem like such a bad person.
Sucks. Really.
Like, she has her flaws, yes, but so does Cardi. Because I hate how they're making her look like this innocent person who's never done no wrong.
It's just whack. Honestly.
But it's honestly boring me. Hopefully it'll blow out, man.
Hashtag Nicki Minaj. We're still rooting for you.
Who are you excited to release
I'm really
out of
looking
all the people that are releasing?
I'm really looking forward because a couple of people are releasing. Please just name the people that are releasing because I know you had a list.
Kid Cudi is releasing.
No, don't say Kid Cudi because it's a collaborative album. It's Kid Cudi and West.
I'm just gonna say Kid Cudi. Album. Kanye West also has his own album.
Kanye West has
that
his
is
own album coming out
releasing.
on June 1st. Kid Cudi and
Then
Kanye West have a
there's
collaborative album coming
Pusha
out on,
T,
the
who's
on June 8th.
releasing in May.
Pusha T is releasing, yes.
Nas is also releasing
June
on the 15th.
June 15th, yes.
Tiana
Tiana Taylor.
Taylor is also releasing.
This is all good music.
Yeah,
except
I'm
for-
talking just
except
good
for-
music
except for
artists,
Nas, I
except for
think.
Nas. But Kanye West is producing
Nas's album.
Nas
yeah.
album. So all the albums we've named
Drake
right now.
is releasing June also.
Oh, Drake is also releasing. I'm
Who
actually
else?
not looking forward to that
I'm looking forward to
because
that.
I'm actually worried about everything that's been done is going to be watered down when Drake
Is Nicki Minaj releasing?
I think she is releasing an album because in 2 weeks she's doing SNL.
Okay.
So I'm thinking she's going to release an album.
Okay, I have
she
to-
just hasn't told us the date.
I have to be honest with you. Out of all of these albums that I'm looking forward to hearing, Nas, I have to be honest, I'm looking forward to hearing
I'm
Nas
also looking for it.
because he hasn't dropped an album in a long time.
Yeah, but he hasn't released a good one in a long time.
What do you mean he hasn't released a good album in a long time?
When was the last time Nas released a good album?
With the Marley guy.
Dude,
That was a
that's
killer.
ages ago.
Yeah,
he has albums after that.
Really?
Yeah.
How do I not know about them?
Dude, you trying to tell me you don't know about Daughters?
No.
For my brothers with daughters, I call this For my brothers with daughters,
I
I
don't
call
know that
us.
album.
Not to say our sons are less
I've never
important.
even heard of that album.
You kidding?
I promise.
The one he did with Amy Winehouse. Where
I've
is
never
he?
heard of
The
that
man
album.
who's just like me.
I never heard of it.
Yo,
But I'm looking forward to this one though.
It had good songs.
I'm looking forward to it because the last one I heard was the one with Damian Marley, which was
That was a
dope.
freaking old album.
It was dope though.
Because of Damian Marley. Damian Marley killed that album.
Yeah, but it was dope though. That album was dope, and they had nice beats on it, also amazing. So I'm looking forward to this one. I'm looking forward to hearing amazing beats. I'm looking forward to West's album. I'm looking forward to hearing
I'm
that
not sure
one.
if I'm excited about West.
I hope he doesn't disappoint
I
because he's
don't want to be
disappointed that his last good album was My Dark Twisted
My
Fantasy.
Beautiful
Yeah,
Dark
My
Twisted
Beautiful Dark Twisted
Fantasy.
Fantasy. That was his last good album, and nothing else he's released after that was dope, in my opinion.
It's been sure,
It's
bro.
been just terrible. So
Terrible.
I'm looking forward to hearing what he's got to.
Sucks.
He has with Kanye West also. Anyway.
And
So
this-
I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to drop in this one. I'm looking forward to the Kid Cudi and the West album. It's a collaborative album.
I'm not sure if I'm looking forward to it. Because
I
it
haven't
seems
heard
like
from Kid
he's
Cudi in a
going
while.
at Jay-Z for the... Because it was supposed to be Watch the Throne too, but he decided to do it with Kid Cudi.
Doesn't matter. We don't care. I'm looking forward to
Okay.
it though. I'm looking forward to hearing Drake's album as well.
I'm not looking forward to Drake. Tiana, I'm not looking forward to her. But
no,
I am looking
don't care
forward
about
to
Tiana.
Pusha T. Pusha T, it's about time, man. It's about time.
Pusha T
He's
is really
very
got
underrated,
bars.
man.
Yeah, he is.
He's
He's got bars.
underrated.
I don't know if I'm looking forward to his album
I'm
really.
looking forward to his album.
One thing I'd really like to hear are the beats, because I know people from Good Music have an amazing beat selection. Like they know how to choose beats for real.
Not really.
No, really.
But I
they
have to
do.
say though, Pusha T, I'm looking forward to him. He's a freaking great artist that is very underrated. Yeah, I think that's about it from the artists releasing.
Yeah.
Because I know Drake is just gonna ruin everything. Anyways,
He ruined everything on More Life. He
back
did.
to
But
yo, did you watch Beychella? Because I finally watched it, man.
I watched a bit of it.
I watched the whole thing.
Fell
man.
asleep.
It was freaking amazing.
It was good. It was really
Beyonce
good.
is on another level.
No. She really
She is on another level. Now I understand why people want to compare it to Michael Jackson.
I don't know why.
I'm not comparing it to Michael
I don't know
Jackson.
why I'm not a fan. Yes.
But I understand why.
Like, I'm not a fan of anybody, to be honest with you.
Okay, still. Okay. If you say so.
No, for real. The only person I'm a
Um,
fan of is Lecrae. And he's coming to South Africa.
Beychella was amazing. Did you at least see Jay-Z's performance with her? Jay-Z has this new look now.
I saw
That's very
something.
weird.
It's like
I don't know what to say about
with
it.
the bandana.
Yeah, it's
I
very
saw-
weird, man.
It looks cool, though. I like it.
It looks
looks
cool,
fresh.
but it's just that for his age,
It
hey,
looks
man.
fresh. I
Hey,
like
for
it.
his age, I don't
And
know.
the hair and everything.
It looks good with the hair. I don't know
looks
how it's
dope.
gonna look after he cuts his hair, but
No, it
it's
looks
very
dope.
weird, man.
No, I like it. I
It's
like
very
it.
weird.
I
For
like
a man his age,
No, I like it.
yeah.
I like
3
it.
kids.
I like it, bro.
I don't know, man.
That's
I don't
that's
know.
exactly what I do. Like anybody looking at me wouldn't even think I'm married because of just like how I act and how I dress. You don't even think I was married.
Oh no! Once you have money, you're gonna start.
Start doing what? Okay, I
Rocking
don't know.
suits.
I don't know what that.
I don't want to lie. Once I have money, I'm wearing suits. I'm gonna be on my Tom Ford, man. I'm gonna be on my Tom Ford, but I'm gonna rock suits with sneakers. Though.
L-Zee, oh my goodness
But
gracious.
I'm always gonna wear sneakers.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we still had a lot of stuff to talk about and speak about that we couldn't speak about today, but we have to wrap
Talk
it up,
about
and
it
it's been
another
absolutely
time,
amazing,
man.
man. I really have enjoyed our session again today.
It's been a freaking
L-Zee.
long session,
It's always a pleasure, man, working with you.
and it's
You know
always
what
an
it is.
honor
You know what it
working
is.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just did a bro
Pack.
hug.
Pow.
Just did a bro hug.
Pow,
That's
man.
dope. Yeah, man.
It's been a great session. Thank you for listening. For those of you who do listen.
True.
Anyways, it's been a great session, man. I cannot stress this enough. This was very informative, and for once, Still and I, majority of the session we actually
Agreed on stuff. Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
podcast.
True.
Really,
True.
you're gonna come now, man?
True.
Really?
True. No, 100%.
Yeah. For those people who don't know, this is Ayanda.
Why do
Decided
you?
to only come now.
We're about to cut the thing off. Why do you have to extend it? Hey, as L-Zee.
We're not extending it, man. We're saying bye.
All right, cool.
This guy is giving me a mic now.
Like that's what I don't understand because
wait,
we.
wait. Just say bye to the people. Just say bye to the
Like,
people.
wait. I wanted to say something before. I wanted to say something before all of this. Like, it's nice to see guys like this, man. Like, getting along because.
We always
do you have to
disagree,
give us
always fighting.
Yeah?
Why do you have to give this?
No, I'm not getting any situation here. I'm
He's
just
just giving props.
giving props,
Alright.
man. Like, it's
Dope
nice.
stuff.
It's nice, man.
Bro, I'm out. I need to
Yeah.
bounce, man.
Your
Spend the last day of my day off, bro. Handle Steel _ Lamini on all platforms except Facebook.
Yeah.
Nah, I just got here, bro. Don't look at me. You want me to give my handles, bro? Nah.
Ayanda Salumo.
Yeah, I understand, bro.
Facebook, Ayanda Root Salumo.
What?
You never did explain the whole root part, man. It's
Okay.
your second name.
I'm out, guys. I'm gone.
It's Root for Road Van Nistelrooy, bro.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine is L-Zee, Brayden's Finest all around. And as a podcast, we are Blueprint Sessions all around. And please do follow Blueprint Media on all platforms. Anyway, Blueprint Sessions all around. I don't know why am I still talking. Anyways, it's been good. Ladies and gentlemen, we out.